Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today, we're diving into a tense and gripping story where two people, Min and Mai, are suddenly taken in by the police for questioning after a mysterious shipment vanishes without a trace. What really happened between them? Are they partners in crime? Or just two unlucky souls caught in a web of suspicion? Stay with me till the end to uncover how a single secret night could destroy everything they've been trying to hide. And if you enjoy intense investigation stories like this, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the next episode. The morning rain had just stopped when the sound of typewriters echoed faintly through the corridor of the district police office. The walls were painted a tired shade of green, the kind that made time feel slower. A ceiling fan spun above, stirring the smell of old papers and instant coffee. In the corner room, Min sat in front of a metal desk. The fluorescent light cast a flat, unforgiving glow across his face. He looked tired, but not nervous. The officer across from him flipped through a thin file, expression unreadable. "Let's begin again," the officer said, his voice steady. "Tell me how this man, Son, knew the exact details of your shipment deal with Mr. Alex's company." Min leaned back, crossing his legs as if they were talking about the weather. "I've already said, I don't know. I handle many clients. Maybe someone overheard. Maybe Son has his own sources." The officer's pen stopped. Son didn't guess the date, the time, or the product. Someone gave it to him. Min smiled, calm, polite. "Then I hope you find that person." The officer didn't smile back. "We're trying." He placed a small recorder on the table and pressed play. Min's own voice filled the room, recorded from a phone intercept, fragments about trucks, timing, and transfers. Min's jaw tightened for half a second, then relaxed. "That's business talk, nothing illegal there." "Depends on how we read it," the officer replied. "You were in charge of logistics. You arranged schedules. You introduced Son to one of Alex's team members. Sounds personal to me." Min didn't blink. "I did my job." The officer watched him for a long moment before writing something down. The scratch of the pen was the only sound in the room. After several hours, the questioning ended. No confession, no visible cracks. Just a man who knew exactly how much to say and when to stop. Min was released under the standard 24-hour hold. He walked out of the building with that same easy calm, nodding politely to the guards. Outside, rainwater still pooled on the steps. He paused to light a cigarette, the smoke curling like a slow thought. What he didn't see was the unmarked car parked down the street, two officers watching through the windshield, camera ready. Surveillance had begun. By afternoon, another name appeared on the file. Mai. She was summoned for questioning the next morning. The call came just as she was arriving at the office. Her phone buzzed in her hand. "This is Officer Tran from District 4. We need you to come in today, Ms. Mai. It's regarding the shipment investigation." Her throat went dry. She forced her voice steady. "Of course. I'll come right away." She ended the call, walked into the restroom, locked the door, and took a long, shaking breath. Then she opened her messages. Min's name filled the screen. "Don't worry, they have nothing. Delete everything. Trust me." Her fingers trembled as she scrolled through the chat history. Dates, small notes about routes, coded phrases they thought no one would ever decode. She pressed delete, one thread after another, watching her own guilt vanish line by line. Then she opened the call log and erased that too. The mirror in front of her showed a calm face, perfectly composed. Only her eyes betrayed her. At the police station, she sat in the same room Min had occupied a day earlier. Same walls, same fan, same faint buzz of electricity. The officer across from her looked young but sharp. "You know why you're here, Miss Mai?" "Yes," she said softly. "It's about the lost shipment." "Correct. We're reviewing communication between employees and external partners. You worked closely with Min, didn't you?" "He was our logistics partner," she replied quickly. "I coordinated with him, yes. That was part of my job." The officer nodded. "We'll need to check your phone." Mai handed it over, smile polite, heartbeat heavy. The officer connected it to a computer. Lines of data scrolled across the screen, neat and empty. "You recently deleted several message threads," he said. "I clear my inbox often," she replied. "Company policy, it's routine." He looked at her for a long time, then asked quietly, "When was the last time you saw Min outside of work?" Her fingers tightened on the edge of the chair. "Maybe a week ago, at a business meeting." "Not at the Blue Star Hotel?" His tone was casual, but the question cut deep. Mai's eyes flickered, just once. "Hotel?" she repeated. "No, why would I?" "We have a statement from a witness," the officer interrupted. "Said he saw you and Min leaving the hotel together last Friday night. Said you looked happy." Her pulse spiked, but her voice stayed even. "That's not true. Whoever said that is mistaken." The officer's pen tapped against the desk, slow, steady. "Funny thing about lies," he said. "They don't disappear when you delete them. They just hide." For a moment, silence stretched like a wire. Then the officer closed the file. "You can go for now, but don't leave the city." Mai stood up too quickly, nodded, and walked out, her legs moving faster than her breath. Outside, she sat in her car for a full minute before turning the key. Her hands were ice cold. That evening, the phone on Alex's desk rang. He was still at his office, lights dimmed, files spread around him like unanswered questions. "Mr. Alex," the voice said. It was the investigator in charge. "We've spoken with Min and Mai. Nothing concrete yet, but something doesn't add up. We'll keep you informed." Alex listened quietly. "Did they find any connection between them?" A short pause. "Off the record, yes. There's evidence they've met privately, possibly more than once. We're still verifying." Alex's jaw tightened. "Keep me updated." When the call ended, he leaned back in his chair, staring at the ceiling. A faint ache pressed behind his eyes. Mai and Min. The names didn't fit together in his mind, but the thought stayed anyway. That night, at a quiet house on the edge of town, Tuna placed a cup of tea in front of him. The room smelled of lemongrass and rain. "They called you, didn't they?" she asked softly. He nodded. "They questioned both of them. Do they have proof?" "Not yet, but it's coming." Tuna studied his face. "You trust Mai too much. She's family, almost." Her voice was gentle but firm. "Family can still hurt you. I don't like how she looks at things, like she's calculating. Min too. There's something between them. My instinct says so." Alex looked up. "Your instinct's usually right." "Then listen to it," she said. "Be careful. Don't tell her anything important for now." He nodded slowly. "If you worked with me, I'd have nothing to worry about." Tuna smiled faintly. "You already have me, Alex, just not at your office." Outside, the rain returned, soft against the windows. Inside, their silence was the only thing certain. Somewhere in the city, a police car turned a corner, headlights gliding through puddles. In a small apartment nearby, Mai sat on her bed, phone dark in her hands, listening for messages that wouldn't come. Min, miles away, stared at his own reflection in the hotel mirror, the ghost of her perfume still hanging in the air. The investigation had only begun, but the truth, whatever it was already circling closer. Morning pressed damp heat into the district police office. Fans turned, papers lifted, coffee went cold. Officer Tran watched the hotel lobby footage again. Min at 8:47, shoulders tucked, a glance at the clock. Mai 3 minutes later, scarf low, both leaving at 10:26, a syllable of laughter cut by neon. He printed a still, logged the time codes, slid the page into a file, and locked the drawer. In the hallway, he briefed his superior. Subjects maintain private contact, no operational slips. The answer was plain. Keep them moving, don't scare them. Patience had a badge here. Speed did not. Mai's morning began with rain across the window. She dressed with deliberate calm, chose soft colors, tied her hair tight. At her desk, she opened spreadsheets and kept her phone face down. Still, a message found her. From Min. Stay calm. Don't answer unknown numbers. They want your heartbeat, not your words. She typed back, erased it. Downstairs, the guards signed for a government envelope. Copies would climb the administrative staircase. Rumors climbed faster. She kept moving, smiling with the right muscles. Across town, Min sat in a cafe with mirrored walls. He read a newspaper and remembered none of it. When his phone vibrated, he let it finish, then texted 2 words: stay invisible. He paid cash, left by the side door, and folded into traffic. 2 cars back, an unmarked sedan trailed without interest. Tran and his partner matched the rhythm. Bridge, Market Road, docks, a loop through streets that pretended to be forgotten. Min gave away nothing. The officers collected times, receipts, faces at the edge of frames. A case is built out of ordinary things refusing to lie. Evening softened the heat. Tran drafted timelines and made a short call to Alex. We're proceeding with observation and routine interviews, he said. We'll update within protocol. Alex thanked him. No questions about details, only the steadiness of someone who protects hope by keeping it small. At the farm, dusk turned the leaves to pewter. Alex arrived with dust on his shoes and the day gripping his shoulders. Tuna met him at the gate. You didn't eat, she said. He shook his head. In the kitchen, steam from the kettle climbed like a thought. They're still working, he said. Nothing definitive. Then this is the time for distance, she answered. Trust what you can prove. Prepare for what you can't. I moved Mai to safer duties. Safer for the company, she said, or safer for your heart? For everyone, he replied. Night drew lines across the city. Mai sat at her table with a fan of receipts, a calendar, and a list of answers that sounded simple. Practice smoothed fear but didn't remove it. She texted, "Are we clear?" Min's reply arrived after a long minute. As clear as we behave. Sleep. She turned the phone face down. Min stood at his window and counted floors across the street. He replayed each question, measured answers, considered the spaces between them. Distance had always worked. Distance still worked. Yet a hairline crack lives in every mirror. He told himself it was only dust. Tran wrote one note before locking his desk. Keep pressure quiet, let habit speak. He believed in the tide more than the wave. The next day, Mai arrived early, hoping solitude would outrun rumor. Lan crossed the corridor, offered a steady smile, and shifted a stack of files. If the new tasks are unclear, I can help, Lan said. "Thank you," Mai answered. The words landed. The feeling did not. Tran visited the company without ceremony. Short questions, short waits, a pen that never hurried. He memorized pauses, how eyes returned to doors, where shoulders tightened at the mention of schedules. He did not seek confessions. He mapped pressure points. Back at the office, he placed the printed hotel still beneath a blank report and set a paperweight on top. That evening, Alex called again. "Any progress I should know?" he asked. "We're consolidating timelines," Tran said. "Observation continues." "Do you need anything from me?" "Only patience and normal routines." "You have both," Alex said, and ended the call by looking out a window that returned only his face. Rain began, careful and continuous. Min drove with the radio off, wipers ticking like a metronome set to caution. The sedan stayed 2 turns back. Mai walked home under a narrow umbrella, steps measured, keys ready in her fist. Tran reviewed notes, circled one intersection, and darkened the pencil mark until it shone. Across 3 rooms, the same rhythm held: watch, wait, breathe. The investigation moved by inches nobody saw. Evidence slept, but remembered. Between patience and pressure, the truth drew itself in invisible ink and waited for the wet edge of a careful day to show. After a major shipment disappears, the police launch a full investigation. Min, a confident logistics partner, and Mai, a nervous employee inside Alex's company, are both brought in for questioning. Min remains calm and calculated, denying every connection, while Mai hides her fear behind practiced composure. Unknown to Alex, the two share a secret relationship that could expose their scheme. The police find traces of deleted messages and suspicious meetings, but no solid evidence yet. Released under surveillance, Min and Mai try to act normal, unaware they're being closely watched. Meanwhile, Alex grows cautious, guided by Tuna's intuition that someone close has betrayed him. As suspicions tighten around them, trust begins to crumble, and the truth waits quietly, ready to